Thrilled to be here on the road to 65. We are walking toward my 65th birthday, and every day, Monday through Saturday, we are hanging out together. For the last 2 weeks, yes, we are Paws and Plainola. We come in the early morning the last couple of weeks. So starting next week, we'll be coming in for the golden hour in the evening. But we have been coming in at the golden hour in the morning this week, the last 2 weeks. And I tell you, it has done a lot to change my attitude. I'm very excited about that. Happy Friday. So glad to see you. I'm going to flip the camera. We're at a small park today, and I'll tell you our map where we're going. So this is like a pocket park here in Sussex. We're right in close to downtown in Sussex. And I was kind of upset about yesterday's walk because we lost connection and we buffered out. So, I do not want to buffer out on Friday. So we're staying close in, which is still pretty. And I'm going to take you up the street that I used to drive every day when I was working at the high school. It's a beautiful street. I imagine when these homes were built, they're 19th century homes, really pretty. Most of them have, a decent amount of acreage that goes back. Some of them have barns behind them. And I think they're beautiful. Something I learned in the last hour was connected to my embarrassment at times during these walks because I get out of breath. And I thought, how embarrassing. I'm doing a live stream and I'm puffing and panting. Well, I found out this is actually good for my brain health. What? Walking at a pace that causes you to be able to talk, but yet have some puffing, panting is healthy. So I was very pleased to find out about that. Hi, good morning. Good morning, KNRO. We are out. Yes, it's a beautiful ethereal fog. And we're going to pass by the middle school. And I imagine the field will be pretty. Lots of ethereal mist. So this building on the right, they've recently redone this building. It was in pretty bad shape until recently. By the way, Plainola, it's really early where you are. It's 6:30 here. I believe it's 5:30 there. Okay, so we're coming into downtown Sussex. We've walked here before on morning walks. Other morning walks where we weren't actually walking live. But you can see some of the town. And here we'll go behind it. I really love the patina of some of these older buildings. I believe there are apartments in some of them. Hi, Chris. I'm glad that you made the effort to be here. So I'm going to cross the street, no cars. Because we're going to do some history. It's Julie. We have to do some history. This is one of the first places where I hug trees in Sussex because I didn't know about the AT where I could just hug trees right there. But this is where the Deckertown Mills were. Before Sussex was Sussex, it was called Deckertown. Peter Decker and his family founded Deckertown. And so we're actually right here on this map. So that's your history for the day. Big on dairy here. Lots of dairy. Let's see. Yes, it was, they're grist mills. Interesting. There's lots of facts here. I'm not going to read it all. I'll bring it back later. Hey, Chrissy. Okay, here's that building. Oh my gosh, Jane Emma, it's 4:30 there. This was a printing, when I first came here, it was a closed printing house. So I don't know if they did small local newspapers, what they did there, but it's no longer that, but I love what they've done to the building. Do you hear the geese? The geese are waking up. There they are. We seem to have perfect timing with our geese. Let me say good morning as we look here at the creek. Now this creek is what made all these mills able to get powered. So, okay, Kelly's here. Hi, Cheryl, good morning. Good to see you all. Welcome in for Road to 360. Oh, you haven't slept yet. Oh my goodness. Okay, sip coffee and watch. So this is a really pretty creek. When I was a little girl, I loved geese too. Oh, it's okay, Kelly. Get ready for work. It's kind of like watching Good Morning America or something. Lots of rain last night there in the UK. And Chris drank 4 glasses of water. That's excellent. I don't see any wildlife in here. I do hear a blue jay squawking. I don't know if you hear the blue jay squawking. It's a pretty rocky creek. I don't know if that makes a difference for wildlife or not. When I was a kid, we used to often pull up to creeks on our Sunday drives and skip stones. Did any of you used to do that for fun, skipping stones? We thought that was fun. It still is fun. I highly recommend skipping stones. Can you kayak that creek? I don't think so. I think it's I don't know how shallow, because it's really shallow. I would guess this is like maybe 2 feet from where I'm standing, and down there I can see how very shallow it is. So I'm glad you had water. I also had water. I had my water with electrolytes this morning because, as you know, if you've been watching these walks, you know that I do a lot of glowing. The humidity just drains it out of me, and electrolytes help. So one of my Focus Mate friends, who's an equestrian person and very into fitness, he taught me about this certain brand of electrolytes that I now use. Okay, this is the middle school. When I first came here and I was planning on subbing, this was one of the schools that I thought that I would want to work in because it is walking distance from my house. But the man's. But we know the end of that story. I ended up at the high school, and so I would drive by the middle school. And the kids that go to the high school, many of them went here. This was at one time the high school. And one of the things I love about this middle school is it reminds me of my middle school in Northeast New Jersey, Glen Ridge Middle School, which is now Glen Ridge Upper Elementary. I think it's 3rd through 6th now, because I was raised during the tail end of the baby boom. So most of our families had 4, 5, 6, 7, some even 8 kids. Now I'm going to switch from the middle school for a second over to this house. What brand of electrolytes? I'm not sure the name. They are tablets, and they're especially for stamina. I can tell you, I'll bring them along on another live or I'll take a picture later and put it on my community page. But I've always wondered if this house was connected with the park, but also the mill. Because see, the creek we just crossed over. Hello, so good to see you. Okay, you see it's 60 plus and Sophie there, another walker. And she's also on the race to 4K. So she's also working on getting those 4,000 watch hours. See, here it is. We're not going to walk around it because I want to go to up the street and see some of the homes up there. But they were building many high schools in New Jersey in the early 70s to accommodate the boom kids. That's what High Point looks like. This looks like the boom in the early 20th century, late 19th century. So I wonder, Canro, if your middle school, high school look like this. You have to listen, plain old, you have to listen to the wise women in your life. Hi, Madden. You changed your name a little bit. Madden Vlogs, I like it. Okay, so that's pretty. We're not going to see the sunrise today, unfortunately, but that's okay. So we're going to cross the street again because the sidewalk ends. Shel Silverstein book, if you know that one. Okay. The other place I was thinking of going this morning was this way, but I really want to show you these homes because they're just beautiful and kind of, they tell the story of the past. But here, this is where the wealthier people would live. While we're waiting for that car to go. Isn't that pretty? I really wanted to hang out at this house. Good. Oh, that looks like Rose High School in Middlesex. Okay. So when I was in Glen Ridge, New Jersey, in the Northeast, where the dads would take the train or the bus into New York City every day, the middle school that I went to between 5th and 8th grade, it had been a junior high on the bottom floor and senior high on the top floor. This school here might have had that same thing. Okay. Oh yeah, so your high school in Hillsborough was probably similar in look to High Point and also Glen Ridge High School. Okay. Puffing and panting. Oh my goodness. One time I drove up this street on a afternoon, like a weekend or something, and I saw a kid that many thought was a troublemaker, but who I really liked because I like the troublemakers. And I slowed down and chatted with him. I like that kid. I don't know what happened to him. Okay, so if you look back here, a long driveway and a lot of land. I don't know anybody who lives on this street, so I can't like barge in and invite myself into their backyards. Okay. I will be releasing a video tomorrow about what I've learned doing all of these walks. The first 3+ weeks. This is what walk are we on? Our walk number 24, I think so. And wow, these aren't long walks. They're not fast walks, usually. And yet, oh man, have I seen an impact. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but back there are some outbuildings. So I don't know if any of these were actually, I mean, they're pretty close together for this era anyway. Look at that house. Oh my goodness. Look at the porch. It's facing northeast, so it's good for the sunrise. Hi, squirrel. Hi. Squirrel's looking at us. Hello. Sorry to bother you. Okay. Okay, so this house, look at all that bric-a-brac. I wonder if that was added later. And it has one of those roosters, American flag. Lots of American flags up and down the street, which I like. If you haven't liked this video, it would be great if you could. Hey, Grant, how's it going? Welcome to our live. We are doing our morning wonder walk. And I'm wondering about these homes and the architecture. We'll probably go longer than usual because we're already 15 minutes in and we haven't seen all of these houses yet. So I'm guessing when these homes were built, I'm going to go to the other side of the street. So I don't want to give you a flash. So if you can imagine, these trees probably weren't here. So these homes would have a view looking this way, and they would see downtown. Okay, great. Great, thank you. And then, although it's foggy, when you look this way, you can see a couple different church spires. You can see the Methodist church. And then up on the hill is a church that I go to, who owns the manse where I live. Good morning, Jace. Hi, so good to see you. We are on our out-of-breath morning walk. Okay, we're gonna go slowly so I don't give you whiplash. Let's keep looking at these houses. Oh my gosh, this house has a gazebo outside. When I'm driving, and this is another benefit of walking, as you can see more, they have that outbuilding, a spiral staircase. So that could be a studio or another living space. And that outdoor space. Now this house is purple and they have a marine flag. They do not have central air. Some of these homes have started to get restored. There's a barn. I'm guessing this would be a gorgeous home. It is a gorgeous home, and could be even more gorgeous. And look at the address, can you see? It's 56. 56. A little bit of Julie trivia. I woke up, oh, it's too close. Oh my goodness. No, that's too close. I woke up. I'm delirious now. The house I was raised in was 56 Hawthorne Avenue. So when I see homes with the number 56, I get excited. Like 56, this glorious home, and it's purple. Okay, I really like that one. Let me flip it again. I really like it. The other thing, when I was a little girl, we used to go to Sussex County, where I live now, on Sunday drives. We would look at homes, mostly farm homes. My parents had this dream, which didn't come true, of buying a farmhouse. I think my dad liked to think of himself as a gentleman farmer. Okay, another pretty one. Oh, and the next house has a wildflower garden. You all know I love that. Oh my, bird. I also learned that bird watching is good for brain health. I'm always looking out for you guys so I can tell you fun facts. More outback buildings. Thank you for paying attention. I'm not looking at the comments. I'm so sorry. I'm fascinated by the walk. Gardens like this attract birds and butterflies. Okay. Yeah, where are you, Grant? I'm in New Jersey. So I'm right by the coast. Oh, hi, Jason, you're back again. This is, some of it is different times. Like this home is probably Edwardian or Victorian. Some of the houses back here, I think, were Victorian. This could be an even older house that had some touches made to it. Giants fans. Now this house we're coming up on, my guess is that this is one of the originals because it looks like it's older. It's less fancy. The fancy stuff didn't really come in until the Victorian and the Edwardian age. This is much more like a standard farmhouse with some additions. My dad would be loving this conversation we're having, by the way. That addition right there, that little bump out. The house that I live in has had several additions. And when I went to a history program at the local library, we actually brought up a map and I saw that my house plan, the footprint of my house had been the same since the turn of the 20th century. They have little mushrooms. But yeah, my guess is this house may be closer to 200 years old because my house is 250 years old. And it looks similar to this in that it's pretty ordinary looking. They have their numbers are Art Deco. I like that. Somebody chose some Art Deco numbers for the house, which is kind of fun. And they have some real mushrooms right there. Our wonder walks are oftentimes out on trails and paths, but today I wanted to do something differently because yesterday we lost sound. We were out in the farmland. It was gorgeous, but short. Okay, this house actually looks like a Glen Ridge house in my neighborhood in Glen Ridge, which was built in the 30s. I don't know when this was built. Any guesses? Okay, Grant is here, Jace is here, Cheryl, hi, Paul's, oh, Bob Marley house, 56 Hope Road, really, Bob and I? Yeah, I love that yard too, it's beautiful. Why do Americans generally build houses of wood and not brick? I don't know. Does anyone know the answer to that? Who's on here? I know Kelly's getting ready. She's pretty good with historical stuff. Yeah, happy early birthday, Chris. Ooh, that's very cool. Yeah, the manse is 250 years old. For those of you who've been to Jockey Hollow, and that's in Morristown, New Jersey, they have a little house there that they show. I'm not sure who it belonged to, but of course George Washington spent time in Jockey Hollow. It was one of his winter headquarters. And when I walked into the little house, I was like, oh my goodness, this must have been what the manse was like. The part of the manse where my bedroom is, it's in the Delaware Valley style, which means it's a floor and a half. The Delaware Valley style is people were frugal. And so they built up, they kept it small. And the second floor, like there was one bedroom up there, and then there was the kitchen / living space down below. Maybe I'll take you on a tour of the inside of the manse before I leave there. Yes, Jace, Florida attracts a lot of new people, a lot of new homes. I don't know if they're all wood there. We have a lot of stucco in California. My family in Pasadena is the most anti-stucco family you'll ever meet. But they lived in beautiful green and green style homes, which are craftsman style. Okay. Whoops. I'm getting water on all over me. Okay, this is an example of a house that has been fixed up. And restored, I'm guessing, because of the paint color maybe, or maybe that's just stylish. But this is the same color as Louisa May Alcott's house. Those of you who might not know Louisa May Alcott wrote Little Women. Her writing created a whole genre of literature, which are books about everyday life of women. And that book has never gone out of print. It's gorgeous. This house is beautiful. They have a porch, which is something I really love. And look at these daylilies. And everything is really wet today in the fog. Now this house next door is for sale. Of course, that caught my attention. What is stucco? Stucco is, what is it made out of? I don't even know what it's made of, but it's like it's not a cement, but it is, oh gosh, how do I describe it? I'm trying to think what I have at my house in New Jersey. My house in Bakersfield. It's like drywall. If you know drywall is like, they put drywall, and then the era of my house, which was built in the 30s, they put some, I can't remember the word they used, but it's like a cementy, drywall-y. Yes, isn't that gorgeous? Has a nice yard. Love the porch. I need to look it up because this is one that could use some love. Look at the wicker. It's a form of plaster. Thank you. Thank you, Planola. This White House here, I love this style of home. This is part of my romantic nature. I am romantic in the nature of literary and the era of romanticism. And this house here, I mean, look at that. The tall tower, where I, of course, imagine that as a writing room. And the wraparound porch. I have dreamed of having a wraparound porch. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm still here. I'm still here. Another one of my dreams, some of you may have the same dream, is to live with a bunch of like-minded, like-hearted people in my older age. And this is a house that could fit a whole bunch of people. I love the door, barn door style. Again, could use some love. This street is a mixed bag. Sussex is kind of a mixed bag. And, I kind of like that. I like watching grit come back to life. Okay. So we're going to go a little bit further. And then I'm going to walk back on my own so I can take some photos. This house, again, less fancy, probably older, is my guess. I want to go to the house up ahead with the flags. That will be our final home. But these homes are simpler. Some of these people The smaller homes may have worked in the mills. These may have been boarding houses, some of them, for the people working in the mills and working downtown. It's a great location, close to the grist mills on the creek. And I do know there were boarding homes here for the working people. So you had the very fancy, very large house at the end, which was probably one of the owners of the businesses, and some of these homes for the working folk, I'm guessing. Okay, I'm gonna bring this down because I love this. Oh my goodness. Oh, how far am I from Port Jervis? I'm about 12 miles, I think. Maybe 15. Port Jervis is on the other side of High Point State Park. So when I go to High Point, I'm on my way to Port Jervis. I don't go to Port Jervis all that often. They have great railroad history there. And also, Port Jervis has a bridge that I visited because it is one of the first bridges by the family who built the Brooklyn Bridge, and the bridge that Can Rowe and I walked across in Bulls Island. So, now this house is cool. You can see where it's brick. So here's a brick building. We were asked, why do Americans build their houses out of wood, not brick? Well, this one is a brick one. It's a brick house, just like the Commodore song. She's a brick house. I'm not going to sing it. I'm out of breath and I wouldn't sound good. But look at that house. And again, there's an addition right over here that is wood, and maybe more additions in the back. Oh, it says 1876 up there. That was nice. No mystery as to when this house was built. 11 years after the end of the American Civil War, this house was built, which makes sense. This is a time when the industry was building up. So yes, probably people connected with the mills, etc. So I'm going to swing around and show you. This is also probably a little bit newer house here. Also no central air, but a really cool barn back there, or an outbuilding. Could be a garage as well. So as I said, these houses probably had a really pretty view. So when we swing this way, these are all newer homes on this side. I'm glad, Cheryl. I'm glad it's different. But down this way is the airport, a very small airport. They're skydiving. So if any of you want to come to Port Jervis or go to High Point State Park in the future, you know, when I leave here, I'll only be a few hours away. Skydiving could be an adventure I'd like to take. It's especially beautiful, and you see a lot of skydivers in the autumn because these hills are just alive in color. So these homes had beautiful unobstructed views. It's a nice little valley down there. The library's down there. Hello, one of my favorite spots. We have one older home on this side. You skydived once, Chris? That's amazing. Was it you and your dad? Was it scary? Was it in Rhode Island? Julie's full of questions. Oh, I thought that was Kevin. That is Can Rowe who skydived. Where did you skydive? Where were you? So I want to go parasailing. I think I'll parasail before I skydive. And I'm looking at actually spending my birthday in California, perhaps in Dana Point, perhaps on Catalina. You'll try hiking with Can Rowe. I strongly suggest hiking with Can Rowe too, Cheryl. Again, you know I am the #1 founding member of the Can Rowe fan club. They are remarkable people. You can see them guest starring. You can see them on their own videos, but you can see them guest starring on my most recent long form video. How fun. I hope that was fun for you all to see them surprisingly pop up. Like, what are they doing at the theater? What? They're wearing clothes that aren't hiking clothes. But Southern California is great for parasailing. Oh, right down the road from you, just like here in Sussex. This is right down the road from the Mats. So, KNRO is a fabulous channel. Look at that. Look at that. As are you, where the kites land. As are you. So yeah, you get to see me sweaty. And as always, I cover the scar on my face like this is really covering it. Oh, this is a nice shot. I like this because I like seeing that house behind me. I am so grateful for each and all of you who came here on Friday. We'll have one more morning, Road to 65 live stream. And I'm toying with an idea that Madden brought up. If you would like this video before you pop out. Yes, it's totally natural. It's totally me just being me. Although, yeah, I look better than usual on the acting video because I have my makeup on, I have my hair done. But anyway, I may go live a little bit in the future in the morning. It just depends. I'm going to wait and see. Will you be here? I may be here for some of it. I know that I'll be here in part of October because I'm doing a storytelling event at the DAR. So I'll be here at least for a weekend or so. Once the baby comes, like, I don't know where I'll be. I mean, I imagine I still will have some stuff to move. So packing up is slow and steady. So anyway, I've really made a lot of progress in the last few days. And you all know I've resisted moving because I love it here so much. So anyway, again, thank you all for being here. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow or in the future, whenever you can come by. Yes, yeah, and the UK evening, it'll be late for you. It's like 7 in the evening for me. Yes, I am going easy. Thank you, Jace. Also, Jace is also doing a race to 4K. So she's also doing a no edit September challenge, which some of you might be interested in doing, especially if you're working on those watch hours. Okay, thanks so much. Have a great